Hello and welcome to Friday's Granada Reports. We are live across the northwest.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on tonight's programme.
15 years to the day that Terry Newton, one of rugby league's most loved stars, took his own life. His two daughters and their mum remember the man who may have lived had more support been there for his mental health.
When Terry did pass away, there was nothing like that in place at the time. So maybe I think with all the state of mind now, what they're doing and stuff, I think maybe that's a really good idea for the young ones coming through.
Right, come on in. That's it, come and take a seat.
A warm welcome at the maternity unit where teenage mums-to-be are made to feel like friends.
The date and venue's been announced for the funeral of boxing legend Ricky Hatton.
I'll be chatting to multi-award-winning creator Nick Park in his hometown of Preston, and he's brought some friends along too.
Cheese!
And it's weekend ahoy, some decent weather to come over the next couple of days, but there will be some rain around. All the details are coming up.
So first tonight, and 15 years ago, a bright light in our region's sporting world was snuffed out. The popular rugby league star Terry Newton, who played for Wigan and represented Great Britain, took his own life at his home in Orrell.
Yeah, Terry was only 31 and he was the father of two young girls. Earlier that year in 2010, he'd been suspended from rugby after testing positive for a banned substance.
Well, his daughters Charlie and Millie, now young women, have fleeting memories of their dad. His widow Stacey, though, says Terry may still be alive if there'd been more support for him as he struggled with his mental health.
Yeah, she's now supporting Wigan Warriors and their work with a sporting charity to give young people the help they need.
The family's been speaking exclusively to our reporter Jamal Williams-Thomas.
I'm so proud of him, from obviously the person who he was and the person who he still is in my memory, kind of thing.
Charlie and Millie Newton lost their father, Super League rugby legend Terry Newton, in 2010. He was found dead at the family home in Orrell. Charlie was just 7 and Millie was 2.
How do you guys remember your dad?
One of the main memories I do have is where he used to take me to school every morning, well, most mornings. He used to have this minibus kind of thing with all lights going round the minibus. He used to bang music on dead loud and just take me to school in the morning with music blasting.
My auntie Kerry always tells me when he used to pull up to DW Stadium and said, "You know where Terry Newton is?" Or he'll go through Mackie's drive-through and say, "Do you know where the DW Stadium is?" And it's just mad because obviously I can't remember being with him, so it's mad how people say I am like him. If you get what I mean.
Although they were young when he died, they had the opportunity to learn about him in his autobiography.
Obviously, I've read his book, the Coming Clean book, and from reading that, where he was so young, to all the hard work he has paid off, it does make us proud as daughters, doesn't it?
I was going through them pictures before, and it just looked like he gave my mum the perfect laugh. I dream of having that laugh.
Terry took his own life when he was banned by the Rugby Football League after testing positive for a human growth hormone. His wife Stacey was just 26 when it happened.
He kind of got a bit depressed and he was having a bit of counselling, but obviously not enough help really. The day it happened, it was just like my world come crashing down really, and I had the perfect life with Terry when he was here, and because I was so young at the time, I don't know, my head was everywhere and stuff. It brought me a lot closer and I wanted to be the best mum to my kids then.
Now charities like State of Mind are helping athletes maintain a healthy mind and even have a project named after Terry, and Wigan Warriors have opened the Terry Newton Community Garden.
When it was 15 years ago when Terry did pass away, there was nothing like that in place at the time. So maybe I think with all the state of mind now, what they're doing and stuff, I think maybe that's a really good idea for the young ones coming through.
It has brought us a lot closer, obviously, through growing up. It's been, 15 years? It's always been me, my mum and Millie, throughout it all. We, as a family, we're more like friends. That's the best way to describe it, really. We can argue like cat and dog. That house can be wild at times, just 3 girls being in the house. But yeah, we are like best friends, all 3 of us.
Jamal Williams-Thomas, ITV News, Wigan.
What a lovely family. And my thoughts and thanks go out to Charlie, Millie and Stacey for talking to us. There's more information on our website about the charity mentioned in Jamal's report there.
Yeah, it's called State of Mind, which helps promote better mental health in sport. And if you've been affected by any of the issues raised, there's also a range of helplines where you can find support. Just head to itv.com/Granada. Well, next tonight, the man who jointly plotted the Manchester Arena bombing has appeared in court, charged with attempting to murder prison officers at a maximum security jail.
Yes, Hashim Abedi is serving a life sentence with a minimum 55-year term over the Arena attack. He's now accused of 3 counts of attempted murder after officers suffered what was described at the time as life-threatening injuries.
Torry Watson was at Woolwich Crown Court in London for the hearing.
This case was due to be heard at Westminster Magistrates Court, but it was moved here to Woolwich Crown Court due to a leak in the building. Hashim Abedi is currently serving a life sentence with a minimum of 55 years for his role in the Manchester Arena bombing. There were audible gasps today in court when the 28-year-old appeared by video link. He was wearing a grey tracksuit and was handcuffed sitting behind a table, but he was surrounded by 5 prison officers who were wearing heavily protective riot gear. He is currently facing 3 counts of attempted murder after 4 prison officers were attacked at Franklin Prison in April of this year. At that time, the officers suffered serious injuries. They were taken to hospital for treatment, and it was alleged that they were attacked with hot oil and makeshift weapons. Today, Abedi spoke only to confirm his name, his age, and that he understood the charges against him. He's next due to appear at the Old Bailey on the 17th of October.
Torry Watson reporting there. Some other day's news now, and the older brother of Oasis stars Liam and Noel Gallagher has appeared in court to deny a rape allegation. 59-year-old Paul Gallagher has also pleaded not guilty to a number of other charges, including coercive and controlling behaviour, sexual assault, strangulation and threats to kill. The alleged offences were said to have taken place between 2022 and 2024. He's due to face trial in 2 years.
An inquest has heard how a Greater Manchester policeman who was working in the Caribbean as an undercover officer drowned after his car went into the sea. Detective Sergeant Paul Anthony France had been for a night out in the British Virgin Islands in October 2023 before his SUV left the road and entered the water. A post-mortem found no injuries or signs of foul play. The coroner gave an open conclusion, saying the exact circumstances of his death remain unclear.
Liverpool head teachers have told the Chancellor their schools are at breaking points ahead of Labour delegates arriving in the city for the party's annual conference. Heads in the city have signed an open letter to Rachel Reeves calling on her to restore the achievements of the last Labour government. The letter says Liverpool schools have lost £52.3 million in real terms since 2010.
A rare baby Asian elephant has been born at Blackpool Zoo after a pregnancy lasting almost 2 years. She's been named Azea, which is Burmese for strength, and is the first successful female elephant birth at the zoo. Staff there are now monitoring her around the clock.
Well, talking of pregnancy, to Preston next, where a new service is giving some much-needed support to teenage parents-to-be. Team Blossom at Royal Preston Hospital is made up of 2 specialist midwives and a maternity support worker who provide round-the-clock support to mums and dads under the age of 19.
Yeah, it's the first such service here in the North West, where expectant mums are assigned a buddy midwife who is with them then through every stage of their pregnancy.
Team Blossom has been made possible thanks to nearly £200,000 worth of funding from NHS charities together. Zoe Muldoon reports.
Right, come on in.
Becoming a parent at any age can be daunting, even more so when you're a teenager.
Do you feel like you're happy with baby's movements?
Yeah, I'd say so.
18-year-old Kinga is expecting a baby girl and has come to Royal Preston Hospital with boyfriend Jack for a checkup.
Keep your arm nice and still for me.
Sophie is Kinga's buddy midwife. She's been by Kinga's side since the very start of her pregnancy. Sophie's one of the midwives on Team Blossom, a new service entirely dedicated to parents-to-be under the age of 19.
To have that close bond with one midwife is really important. It gives them that chance to build up trust, to be able to contact that midwife whenever they feel they need to. And having that relationship, they open up to you a lot more, and you might discover that there's a lot more support and help that they need that may not have been offered.
Sophie's on hand day and night, so much so that Kinga and Jack have become quite attached.
I think it's easier having one midwife and multiple, because she knows everything, like backgrounds and just everything really. So it's been good, yeah. She's been really supportive, knows what to say and what to do and how to like comfort me. So yeah, I wouldn't change for anyone else.
You can get more comfortable when you're seeing the same person each week. So you can speak about a lot more things. She's always there to help, whatever time it is. Sometimes she'll message us at like 9 o'clock at night. Do you want this doing tomorrow? Because I can pick it up in the morning before we meet.
Research points to some pretty bleak statistics in young parenthood, especially in more deprived areas. NHS figures show that teenage mothers are 3 times more likely to smoke during their pregnancy and 3 times more likely to suffer postnatal depression. Team Blossom hopes by giving young parents the right support, these figures will improve.
Hopefully they'll have a really positive experience that's personalised, tailored for them, and then follow them throughout the whole of their journey, throughout pregnancy and then the early parenthood stage. We're hoping that will improve outcomes, things like reducing the low birth rates, overall give people a better experience of their maternity care.
Do you feel like you're ready for baby at home now? Do you have everything that you need?
Yeah, I think so.
Kinga and Jack's baby is due in just a few weeks' time. They're nervous but excited to meet their new arrival, with Sophie and Team Blossom by their side. Zoe Muldoon, ITV News, Preston.
Yeah, great idea. And we're wishing Kinga and Jack all the very best with the safe arrival of their little baby girl. Right, time now for a look at what's to come on the ITV Evening News. Here's Charlene with tonight's top stories.
Coming up on the ITV Evening News, digital ID cards are to be made mandatory for every worker in the UK. The government says it will stop people working illegally in Britain, helping to deter small boat arrivals. But will it work? Tributes to the Olympic sprinter who became Lib Dem leader, as Sir Mingus Campbell dies at the age of 84. And it's early advantage for Europe as the Ryder Cup tees off in New York. Join us for those stories and more from 6:30.
There is, of course, more on the Ryder Cup in just a moment, but first, a date has been set for Ricky Hatton's funeral. What more can you tell us, Chris?
Yeah, well, he was known for being a man of the people, and Ricky's family want to make sure that everyone gets the chance to say farewell to the Manchester boxer who died at his home earlier this month. The funeral of the former two-weight world champion Ricky Hatton will be held at Manchester Cathedral at 12 noon on October 10th. Fans will get their chance to pay their respects as the funeral procession makes its way there, with the route to be confirmed soon. In football, Liverpool manager Arne Slot has confirmed the club will pay the final 2 years of Diogo Jota's contract to his family. Jota and his brother both died in a car crash in Spain in July. The club's owners will now honour the contract, which runs to the summer of 2027. Well, staying with Liverpool, and he only made his debut on Tuesday, but Giovanni Leoni's season is over. The 18-year-old defender will be sidelined for a year with an injured knee. Leoni, a £26 million signing from Parma in the summer, damaged his ACL around 80 minutes into his first game. That was the League Cup win over Southampton.
Being so young, coming to a new country, playing so well in your first game, it's very hard to take the positive side. No, there's never a positive side, but yeah, you always try to look at a positive side, and that is that he's still so young, so that he has so many years still to go after he recovers from a terrible injury like that.
Well, now to Blackburn Rovers' anger at the decision to make them replay in full their championship match against Ipswich. Heavy rain forced last weekend's game to be abandoned after 79 minutes, with Blackburn 1-0 up at the time. Today, they've held their first press conference since that decision, and David Chisnall was there.
The 79th minute of Blackburn's game with Ipswich and torrential downpours at Ewood Park last Saturday saw the match called off by the referee Steve Martin due to a waterlogged pitch. At the time, Rovers were leading 1-0. thanks to Todd Cantwell's penalty, and Ipswich were down to 10 men. And while the sending off still stands, the goal has been cancelled, Blackburn's advantage wiped, and the game must now be replayed in full. The decision by the Football League has not gone down well with the Blackburn boss.
The only thing I want to say that is a disgraceful decision is a bad publicity for the English football. Since 24 hours I receive a lot of messages from abroad where I worked, from CEO, sporting director, players, and the reaction is the same. Everyone is shocked about the kind of decision. It touched the integrity of the game.
Well, the ruling to replay the game here in full at Ewood Park has been taken by the board of the English Football League. According to their own regulations, they had 3 options available to them. 1, the result would stand as it was in that Blackburn would win the game. 2, the game would be replayed but only the final 10 minutes. And 3, the full 90 minutes would be replayed. They said it's been an extremely difficult decision, but they've gone for that final option. They say following recent precedents and also to uphold the integrity of the league, where games should be completed in full where possible.
It's proper unfair, mate, and we shouldn't play the game in full. We should just, if anything, we should play the last 10 minutes, if anything.
At the end of the day, it should be 3 points away to always a little bit unfair. I think it should have been down to 10 men and then starting 0.
Well, Blackburn is still deciding whether to appeal. The EFL board say they'll now speak to clubs about developing new guidance for match abandonments.
It just shows that things want to change for the best of the game, for the best of the teams. I think that everyone wants clarity. You just need to have the rules when you can believe and you can hold on tight and trust.
As Blackburn look to move on from this soggy saga, thankfully the weather forecast for their trip to Charlton tomorrow is sunny spells. David Chisnell, ITV News, Blackburn.
Yeah, hopefully Blackburn can do it second time around as well. Now to Rugby League, though, and it's playoff time in Super League. Champions Wigan and league leaders Shield winners Hull KR get a bye to next week's Super League semi-finals. So this weekend are the eliminators. Lose and you're out. Tomorrow, St Helens, without a domestic trophy in 3 years, they're at Leeds. But kicking off the playoffs tonight are Lee Leopards. They're at home to Wakefield.
We're pretty well connected at the moment, pretty excited about us having our first home final in the Super League era. So that's it's massive credit to everyone involved with the club. So we'll get a sold out, packed out stadium, the only game of rugby league on Friday night. So everyone's pretty excited.
You know, these opportunities don't come round often. You know, we've put ourselves in a position where we can contest the big prize now. It starts this weekend and at Leeds, but you know, enjoy the challenge and enjoy the opportunity of playing in a tough game and hopefully going one step further towards the grand final.
Yeah, that grand final at Old Trafford in just a couple of weeks' time. We're really at the business end of the Rugby League season now. Well, switching codes to Rugby Union, and 3 Sale Sharks players are hoping that by this time tomorrow they'll be world champions. England take on Canada in the World Cup final at Twickenham with Amy Cockayne, Morwenna Talling and Holly Aitchison all in the squad. And some of their Sale teammates who also played in this World Cup are backing England to lift the trophy.
Honestly, I really hope so. Last week was so exciting, the semi-finals. I think for me, England have invested so much into the sport and into our women's team, which I think for me is vital. And so for that sake, I really hope they do it because it just shows the importance of investing in women's rugby.
I played in this stadium twice for some of our matches and the atmosphere was incredible, the support is massive and it's just getting bigger and bigger each round that goes on. So yeah, it's amazing to see how much it's grown really in the last 4 years and it's just going to get bigger, which is amazing.
Well, they were speaking at Sale's season opener against Gloucester in the Prem, and the Sharks started with an impressive comeback. They were losing at half-time, but fought back to win by 27 points to 10.
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsor of the Granada Sport Report.
Finally to golf, and Southport's Tommy Fleetwood has helped Europe to an important win on day one of the Ryder Cup in New York. Playing with Masters champion Rory McIlroy, the pair silenced a raucous American crowd, beating Colin Morikawa and Harris English 5-4 in the morning foursomes. Europe ended that session leading 3-1 overall. And Tommy is back out there in the four balls right now, playing alongside Justin Rose. I love the Ryder Cup, the passion, the crowds, it's fantastic.
Americans aren't happy, are they?
They're not. Do you know what? When the players all came out, they were so loud, they were so raucous, and then they got really quiet all through the rest of the session. It's been great.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Chris. Now, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, how about a trip to Preston? That's because the city's 19th century Harris Museum is reopening after a multi-million-pound renovation.
As any Prestonian will tell you, it's been shut for the last 4 years, but it officially reopens for business this Sunday.
Yeah, and who better to do the honours than Preston-born multi-award-winning creator Nick Park. He's enchanted and entertained us over a 40-year career creating characters like Wallace and Gromit and, of course, Shaun the Sheep.
Our entertainment correspondents caught up with him on his latest trip back home.
This amazing Harris Museum here in the centre of Preston first opened its doors in 1893. It's been closed now for 4 years, but it's had a renovation of approximately £19 million. It's amazing that it's now being reopened this weekend, isn't it?
The people of Preston have so missed it whilst we've been doing all the work to it. I can't wait to welcome everyone back into the museum. It's free for anyone to enjoy. Some of it's been designed by the community for the community.
The very first exhibition is the Wallace and Gromit exhibition.
We're really excited to welcome so many people throughout Lancashire to come to this exhibition.
We are here at the incredible Harris Museum in the heart of Preston, which you're reopening officially on Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah, incredible honour. I can't believe it, really. I'm still pinching myself because it's growing up in Preston. I never thought, you know, playing with plasticine would lead to this. There's statues of them in the city centre, and now opening the museum with an exhibition of my characters. It just keeps going from one mad thing to another, but incredibly grateful.
Do you remember the Harris Museum from growing up? Because it's been, you know, a staple in the town, hasn't it, for years and years?
It has. It's always been a part of growing up and childhood, and, you know, incredible history around Preston. And studying art, foundation art in Preston, scour the museum for books on art and animation as well, because there's no internet. I used to come here regularly. I must return those books, by the way.
He's got your books.
Don't worry, Gromit. I'm right behind you.
You must have the patience of a saint, though, because it takes forever, doesn't it?
It's the stop motion technique, because film runs at 24 frames per second. So therefore, to create a second of film, you have to move, you know, these character wire inside the ears and metal armatures. You can just move them frame by frame. 24 times, you've got a second of film.
Wow.
And it can take a long time. On a feature film like Vengeance Most Foul, each animator would get through 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds a day. To make things a bit quicker, he has 20 different mouths that the animator has to unplug.
Seeing you with Wallace and Gromit, is that what people want to talk to you about? I know, obviously, Shaun the Sheep.
Yeah, Shaun the Sheep's probably more around the world than Wallace and Gromit is now.
We're in a replica set of Wallace and Gromit's living room. Is it right that this was based on your own grandma's living room?
It is. When creating anything, I refer back to stuff that I knew, like childhood things. And because on the first film, I ground it out, it was my college film, actually. I would do everything myself, make the models, do the filming, everything. The town they live in is a bit smaller than Preston. When they got the bills through the door in the wrong trousers, there's an envelope with West Wallaby Street, Wigan, written on. I did that myself. So
did you?
I never thought I was committing it to being Wigan at the time, but I suppose it could be.
And it was great to see you just a few weeks ago when you won the Special Recognition Award at the National Television Award. You've won 4 Academy Awards, 7 BAFTAs, obviously, and an NTA as well. Are you going to let anybody else win?
I need to give somebody a chance.
You're going to give someone else a chance.
It's just such an honour, really. Who would have thought making plasticine figures and would have led to such a glamorous lifestyle?
It's so lovely to see you here in Preston.
Oh, I spend a lot of time in Preston, a lot of family here, and my wife, we both were brought up here.
Thanks, Nick.
Oh, great to be here, thank you.
Cheese! Well done, we did it!
Caroline Whitmore there with Nick Park, who is absolutely lovely, isn't he? Yeah. And I have to say, the Harris Museum is looking absolutely gorgeous as well. We'll have to pay it.
Certainly is. Here's the weather with Joe.
I
Dad, we need a shower. I've been out in the rain.
The faster you go, the sooner you'll be out. You'll save water too.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada Weather.
Thank you. A very good evening to you. The weekend is upon us and it doesn't look too bad by day weather-wise, certainly, with some rain moving through during tomorrow night and then high pressure back in the driving seat from Sunday, giving us a settled outlook into next week. We can see the rain moving in from the west by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, accompanied by breezy conditions. It will push through and then we're in a clear window again on Sunday with some sunshine to look forward to round off the weekend. Back to tonight, we've seen a bit of a clouding up over the last few hours, but that cloud in turn breaks up a little overnight tonight for the northwest of England and the Isle of Man. It isn't going to be particularly chilly. Rural spots will dip to around 6 or 7 Celsius, a dry night to come and a fine start to Saturday, when the sun is up at 7:05, setting at 6:58 tomorrow evening. It's likely for tomorrow, dry and bright conditions will greet you as you wake up. Some sunshine around through the morning, but cloud builds from the west. Rain moves into the Isle of Man during the afternoon, steadily pushing eastwards through tomorrow evening across the rest of the patch. Before that, an increase in cloud, winds picking up in strength. 15 or 16 Celsius won't feel too bad before that tomorrow afternoon. But if you're heading out tomorrow night, something to bear in mind, rain will be gradually pushing in across the whole of the region. Some of it rather heavy, breezy, damp conditions, but easing off into the early hours of Sunday morning. And then some better news ahead for Sunday for getting out and about in the sunshine. A fine end to the weekend and feeling pleasant with high pressure in charge from Sunday and into next week. A quiet outlook ahead. Bye-bye.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada Weather.
Thanks, Joe. And that's it for another week here on Granada Reports. But just before we go, we couldn't finish without wishing Lancashire's longest-serving lollipop lady a very happy retirement.
In fact, 85-year-old Irene Reid is thought to be the longest-serving lollipop person in the whole of the UK. She's been stationed near Longridge Church of England Primary School for a remarkable 56 years.
Oh, well done her. But today she's hung up her stick and a high-vis jacket for a well-earned rest. And as you saw there, she was given a much-deserved send-off from the kids, parents and also the staff.
That's it for now. We are back with the late news after news at 10. But from all of us here, have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.